Shibambela, Zalamwela, Adimbiti, Shibambela, Zalamwela, Shibambela, Shanana. Senikatangutu, Shibaweta, Nanawela, Shibaweta, Shanana.
Yes, today we are here with the Honda PCX125 2025 model year. Actually, I expected to test ride the DX version, which is different, which costs about 400 euro more and has the 5-inch TFT display and 2 shocks with reservoir in the rear. But unfortunately, the dealer did not have the DX version, so I'm testing the regular version, and the display basically is the same as in last year or all the previous years, so no changes there. Some changes to the design in the front and the LEDs. Other than that, oh yeah, we have for both versions now the disc brake, but I made a braking test actually, and I was a little bit surprised, not a little bit, a lot surprised that we have the disc brake now, but we do not have ABS in the rear. That is quite weird. Anyways, let's get to the controls, the display and the storage space. On the left hand side of the handlebar, we have the brake lever for the rear disc brake, which does not have ABS. I don't know why. We have the light switch here, high beam, low beam. We do not have a separate switch for the passing light, so we have to like toggle the light switch or something like that to get noticed by other drivers. We have the horn button here. We have a turn signal switch here, left, right, in the middle to press. Very firm switch and works very well. On the right hand side, we have the throttle, we have the brake lever for the front disc brake, we have the switch for the idling stop here, start, stop. We have a switch here for the hazard lights, and we have the starter switch right there. In the middle of the scooter, we basically have the ignition switch here with all the, to lock the handlebar, stuff like that, fuel seat, no surprises there. And on the left hand side here, we have a cubby hole with a USB-C connection in there, up there in the front, and maybe 4 of my hands can fit in there, so not really that big, not too small. I think, maybe for some gloves or so, acceptable. So when it comes to the display, we have the old traditional inverted LCD display. No changes there, only if you want to get the DX version, as I said, which is about 400 euro more, you get the new and improved Honda 5-inch TFT display with connectivity. Here we do not have connectivity. It's a regular traditional display. We have all the important indicator lights here. We also have a clock there. We have the fuel, how much fuel is left, the average fuel consumption constantly shown. And we have a data field here for total and for the trip and for turning on or off the traction control. That's all there is to it. On the right hand side is a set button where you can reset some values like, the fuel or the trip or something like that. When it comes to the underseat storage compartment, we can open it up here with the ignition switch. We switch the ignition switch to the seat and fuel position, and we press the seat button. Then the seat opens up. It has basically 2 positions. One is totally up to the front, as you can see here, and there's no spring which holds it in place, so only the handlebar basically. But if you move it a little bit further down, we do have a position here where it's spring adjusted more or less, and storage underneath the seat is 30.4 liters, so not too bad. A full-faced helmet can fit in the front. I can show you on a picture. In the rear you can put some other small items. That's basically it for the under-seat storage. If I compare it to the NMAX, I think this one is a little bit bigger here than the NMAX. Also maybe 2 jet helmets can fit in this one here, but in Spain they will not be allowed pretty soon. So yeah, we have to think about modular or full-faced helmets for the future, basically. So this is the Honda PCX125 2025 model year, and we'll take it out for a little spin. Let's go. So the first thing I wanted to note is actually the seat. The surface of the seat is non-slippery. That is good, because I know there are some seats out there. I just test rode one of these and they're very slippery. This one is absolutely not slippery and feels nice, so the seat is already not too bad. Unfortunately, this lumbar support here is a little bit too big for my taste, because it's a fairly small scooter and it should be more flat, so taller riders can scooch a little bit to the rear. But okay, we cannot do this. So we will turn it on, put it to I for ignition, and press the brake and push the starter button here. And there we go, we have the old display, nothing changed here. And as I said, only in the new version, the DX version, we have the new 5-inch TFT display with connectivity. Okay, so basically, let's go. Here we have the start-stop. The start-stop I will not demonstrate, but it is also very good. In my opinion, better than that of the NMAX, which I just test rode. Anyways, let's go. So, yeah, the first thing that we noticed was the seat actually still while standing. The second one is while sitting on. It's also actually not too bad. It's pretty nice, pretty comfortable. You can move the scooter around just with your hips. Also a nice thing. It goes nicely through the corners here. You can steer it nicely through the corners, either with your hips or with your hands, as usual. It is pretty nice. It handles well. And nothing to complain here. The mirrors are good. After you adjust them, yeah, you can basically see everything in the rear, or the important things at least. Nothing to complain there. As you can see, the handlebar bar has basically changed. I mean, maybe it has not changed, but they put something on top, some fairing here, which looks a bit more like a NMAX now, or Yamaha. The display, when it's not really that sunny, yeah, you can see everything in the display, but it is inverted LC display, and usually they are not so good. And I thought in 2025 they replaced it. I mean, they did, with the DX version with a 5-inch TFT display, which is very, very nice. And if I was in the market actually for a PCX 2025, I would definitely consider getting the other one because of the display. Okay, they have different shocks in the rear. I don't know if that really makes a big difference to me. It's a scooter after all. And go. Made it all the way up to 100 GPS speed, because actually in this year somehow it seems not so fast. The NMAX seemed faster. When you look at my other test rides from the 2 years ago, I thought maybe the PCX was a bit faster, but here it now seems that PCX maybe is not the fastest anymore. I don't know, we'll have to check the data. I hope my camera did catch all the GPS data on that, so we can have a little comparison to the older models. We're going up a steep incline here now, and I have full throttle. Not much happening at the moment here. We're at 102 according to the speedometer, and getting slower. Slower and slower and slower, and soon I have to move to the right hand side because we're getting very much slower here. And this one wants to overtake this one. That's great. Oh no, he wants to go around there maybe. Yeah, he was in the wrong lane, I guess. Suzuki is coming up. So yeah, the handling at a little bit higher speeds is move to the right, please. I'm not moving to the right now. Okay. The handling is very good at higher speeds. Actually, it is stable. It doesn't move around. It doesn't hop very much. No bunny hopping. No, actually, no bunny hopping at all. I do like it. I do like the stability at higher speeds here, pretty nice. I have full power again. We go up to 100 according to the speedometer here. It's fairly straight. Still maximum throttle here, and we're slowly going downhill now. The wind protection is pretty much non-existent on this one. We have a nice and stylish little windshield, or I don't know if you want to call it that. Sunshade maybe, you know. But yeah, unfortunately it just gets all the wind onto my chest actually, and helmet. So in the summertime probably nice for having a little bit cooler here, for cooling down. But in the winter, I mean here springtime, but it's still fairly chilly, the air. And so it is pretty cold on this scooter in the winter time or springtime, I can tell you that already. Handling is good, windscreen not so good, all the controls leave a very good impression, everything is nice, everything is of good Honda quality, I would say. As I said, there's only one complaint, or one big complaint I have about the new PCX. I thought I would not mention that anymore because they said, hey, we have a rear disc brake now and not the drum brake anymore. But unfortunately I did not expect that they would not give it ABS. I mean, that is absolutely a terrible decision. If they had put ABS on it, it would be good. I would not talk about this anymore. And I say, hey, finally, after so many years, they have finally come to their senses and replaced it, just like on the NMAX. I mean, what is the big deal about it? Probably only $5.99, what they have to pay extra for the ABS sensor, whatever that is. I mean, this is ridiculous, really. And so I have to be honest, I do like Honda, but I always want to be honest with you, you know? And in this case, I mean, unless you, of course, you like the styling so much, or so much better than the NMAX, I could not recommend this one over the other one, because personally, I would get the NMAX because it is, let's try out the start-stop. Go, and yeah, it is very fast. It is. This one is actually better than the NMAX. The NMAX start-stop was kind of disappointing to me. So there's always something, you know, you cannot find the perfect scooter. There's always something there. Oh yeah, everything's perfect, and then there's only there, or maybe there's no under seat storage at all, or just too little or something. I mean, it's, yeah, nobody, I mean, it's basically also not possible, because also everybody has a different, you know, opinion and wants to have this or that, and I want to have everything, of course, you know. Anyways, this is my verdict already here of the Honda PCX 2025, the regular version. The DX version has a 5-inch TFT display, has the 2 rear shocks with the reservoir, and costs about €400 extra. So that is my test ride of the Honda PCX 2025 model year. Thanks very much for watching. This has been a ride out. Take care. Bye bye.